I have got two tables or two files, employee ID, employee name, department ID, and another table has department ID, department name. In large tables where, like you might have heard of Oracle, SAP, all the banking softwares, they have the data like this. So you have a customer table, let's say the one at the top, where there is a customer ID or a customer name. In this case, it is employee ID, employee name. Then you have the department ID. So if you want to know which department does ABC belong to, how will you know? There has to be something common between the two tables.
Yeah, the ID.
ID. So here you will take 100, go to the department table and fetch the value corresponding to 100.
Yeah.
So the advantage of this type of data storage is, if there is a change in the department name, you don't have to change the employee table.
Okay.
You just go and change sales to sales and marketing, and employee table is anyway referring to 100.
Yeah.
So it will fetch you sales and marketing.
Okay.
Followed the concept?
Can you again?
I'll explain once again.
Yeah.
In this table, you have employee ID, employee name, department ID.
Yeah.
Now, department ID does not give you the department name.
Yeah.
If you want to know which department does employee ABC belong to, you will only get 100 from here. Then you take the value of 100, go to the department table and look the department name corresponding to 100.
Yeah.
Which is sales and marketing.
Yeah.
So you will get, exactly, you will get sales. Now let us look at the second employee, BCD. Which department does he belong to?
110 HR.
HR. DEF.
Similarly, if it was 120, you'll say MIS.
MIS. MNOP. XYZ.
XYZ is 100, so again sales.
Correct. MNOP.
MNOP doesn't have any
department ID. That means he has not yet been assigned a department.
Okay.
Similarly, if you look at the department table, there are two extra values, purchasing and admin.
Yeah.
Nobody is in that department.
Yeah.
So it is created there, but nobody is in this department.
Yeah.
So if I now want to join these two tables, the term that we use in IT is, we call it joining of tables. If we join these two, this department ID is in this table, there is one primary key. It is called the primary key, which is a unique ID. You cannot have a duplicate department ID. You cannot have a duplicate employee ID. It will always be unique. It cannot be duplicate.
Okay.
Then this department ID, the primary key of this table, refers in another table as the foreign key.
Okay.
Understandable?
Yeah.
So when we actually join these two tables, we tell the system, take employee ID from this table and join it with the department ID of this table.
Okay. So we join the primary key with the foreign key.
Exactly. But if you really look at it, the values have to be same. Only if the values are same, foreign key and primary key, can you get the values from the system. Clear?
Yeah. Yeah.
So this is called as the foreign key. Foreign key is the primary key of another table.
Yeah.
right? Now see,
Yeah.
like you are in the Gulf, GCC employees, GCC citizens, they have a GCC national identifier,
Yeah.
which is unique in their country.
Yeah.
We have Aadhaar in our country or PAN number in our country, which is unique in our country. There cannot be a duplicate of that.
Yeah. Yeah.
So when we use it in our country in the same table, this is going to be the primary identifier
Yes.
for us.
Identification. Yeah.
When we go to another country, that country can use our identifier to identify us from this country.
Okay.
Somebody coming from US, they will ask for the SSN. Or somebody coming from United Kingdom, they'll ask for the NI number, which are unique identifiers for those people.
Yeah.
Got it? So if I have two set of tables in which I have a primary key like this, which is in this case, the department ID is the primary key, and I take it and go to another table, then I can refer to the department ID here. Clear? So this is the relational concept that is used here.
Okay. So primary key of the first table is the department ID. That's what you said, right? And then the foreign key will be in the
other table.
Second table. So
correct.
The department ID. What will be the foreign key? The department names.
No. Right now, there is no foreign key here because foreign key will be the primary key of another table.
Yeah, that's why.
So there is no, foreign key is not mandatory, but primary key is mandatory because that is unique identifier.
Yeah. Yeah.
If I have another table, which is let's say location table, and I want to join department with the location table, then I will have the location ID as the unique identifier of location table, and I will have it as a primary key in my location table, and in my department table, it will become the foreign key.
Foreign key. Okay.
But that is not mandatory.
Okay.
So suppose I have another table here and I call it as location ID. And this can be the location name. And in my department table, I can have here I will be referring to another table's foreign key, primary key. So this will be my foreign key here.
Okay. 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 Because to know about this location ID, we need to refer to another table.
Exactly.
That's why.
Now this location name, it could be head office, it could be sales office, and it could have separate addresses.
Yeah.
Admin office, factory,
Yeah.
and maybe showroom. Now, sales office may be located in the sales. Let me add another digit here. Usually, we try to keep them as separate sequences so that it is never overlapping. So sales, maybe it is in sales office. So I will say 1100. HR is in, let's say, head office. So location ID will be 1000. MIS is in, let's say, admin office. Purchasing is in, let's say, head office or admin is in admin office. Purchasing is in head office, let's say. Or it can be in showroom also, depending on where they are. So if we say this is actually my primary key, this is a primary key. This
yes,
is
for table 3.
Yes, table 3. This is another primary key. And this is another primary key. And when I look at this in another table, this will become my unique key. Sorry, foreign key. Then this will become my foreign key.
Primary key. So I got it.
Yes.
So that's how the foreign key is the primary key of another table. Right?
Exactly. Exactly. So if you look at it, if I want employee ABC is in which location? So I'll have to go from this department ID to here, take the location ID, and then come here. So when we join 3 tables, 2 joins are required. 2 conditions are required. This to this to this. If I'm joining 2 tables, whether it is this table and this table, or this table and this table, it will be 1 join condition.
Okay.
But you will see here, there is no common column between this and this. Between the first table and the third table.
Yeah.
So you cannot join these 2 directly.
Yeah.
You will always have to go through the intermediary table. Even if you don't take any value from here, you will still have to go through the second table. If you want to go from the first table to the third table. If you think of it, this is what we do as VLOOKUP.
Yeah.
Isn't it? When we do VLOOKUP, we are actually looking up.
Yeah.
Let's say my unique identifier is 100 here. I will look up 100 from lookup array will be this one. Yeah. And column index number is 2 or 3 depending on which value I need.
Yeah.
Isn't it?
Yeah.
That is the concept of joining, table joining or table joining conditions.
Okay.
Making sense?
Yeah. So in Power BI, we can.
Exactly. That is what is merging in Power BI. That is what we will do today. So let's say I will start with append and then we'll go into merge. Let's say
Okay.
I have get data. Let me get the data Excel workbook. I have a file called as products, let's say. What does product have? I have one product file which has product ID, products, and price.
Yeah.
I have another product which is again product ID, products, and price. Now, there are some common things between these two, and there are not so common things between here. How many
Yeah.
P1 to P12 is here? And in this, I have P rank. Oh, this one
We
also.
have
Oh, same
also
thing.
have P1 to P12.
Yeah, 1 minute. Let me check it. Otherwise, I'll choose a different file. So data has to be different actually. So that will make sense in that case. Let me just.
I'll just open the door and come back.
Yeah. Sure, no problem. Hmm. Okay. So now I got this file. So here you see I have one file which is year 11 students are there.
Yeah.
Another file where I have got year 12 students.
Yes.
Now I want to combine them into one single file.
Okay.
So for that, what I'm going to do, I'm going to select all these three for now, and I will say transform data.
Okay.
First, we will use the concept of append queries. Append is to add the data one below another.
Okay.
So I'll have year 11 data, and then below that I will have year 12 data.
Better.
Okay. Now,
Yeah.
looking at the data, what do you think is the first thing that we should do here?
Gender, course, and student. There is no class. Add the class.
No, that is okay. First thing we should do is the header.
Yeah.
See,
Okay.
this is column 1, column 2, column 3. Instead, we should have
Okay.
student, gender, course as the...
Okay. So we'll make the top row the column.
Yes, use first row as headers. So this is done. Same thing we can do with year 12 data also. Use first row as header. Now my first task is done. Then I will check my data to see if there is any missing data, any extra characters, any, strange characters, any null values, the typical data cleaning activities that we have done before. Now we don't find anything like this.
Yeah.
Now my objective is to merge year 11 and year 12 data.
Yeah.
So all that I have to do here is come to this append queries. You can see here on the right hand side, append query.
Yeah.
If you bring your data, a cursor here, it says append this query to another query in this file. Query is a term that we use to get the data from the tables or from the database.
Okay.
So when I am appending the query, I have two options here. One is I can append the query here itself, or I can append the query as new.
Yeah.
If I say append query as new, it will create another one here and it will ask me which two tables do I want to concatenate. Concatenate means add one below another. I can do multiple tables or I can do two tables. My first table is year 11 and I now do choose from here year 12. So what the system will do is it will merge these two and put it in a append one table. Now, if you scroll down, you will see number of rows that have been added is 301 rows. Can you see the number here? Yes. In year 11, how many did we have? 176. In year 12, how many did we have? 125. Total is 301, which we are seeing here. Now, when we look at this data, can you see if something that will help us to make the data more understandable? What do you think is missing here that can make it more understandable? We know these two data has got added, right?
Yeah. But we cannot differentiate between these two. So here we want to include.
Perfect. Correct. You can't make out who is in year 11, year 12.
Yeah.
So that is something we should have probably done before.
Yeah.
So what we can do is we can delete this one from here and go back to our original tables. Now here 11, we need to add a column called year 11, and year 12, we'll add another column called year 12. That will help us to differentiate. It is easier to do here because we know the data is segregated. So here I will come and I want to add a column, and here you can see there is a custom column. I can use column from examples also by typing, or I can come to custom column and it's a fixed value that I want to give, right? So I will say here custom, I'll call it year, and in the value, I will say year 11. See, my year 11 column gets added. Easy. Same thing. Maybe I want a space. Also, those beautification we can always do. So year 11 and all that. And I come to year 12. Where do I go? Add column, custom column, and add a new column. I'll again
Yeah.
call this. I'll keep both the column names the same, so the system will know. Otherwise, it will add it in two separate columns.
Okay.
I can put it with a space or without a space, depending on how you want it.
Okay.
Now I can merge these two. Append. So
Yeah.
I'll go to append
Yeah.
query. Append query as new. Year 12, maybe I want the year 11 on the top. So I'll say year 11 first, and then I will say year 12.
Yes.
And say OK. See, year 11 comes at the top. If you scroll
Yes.
down, you will get year 12 data.
Yeah.
This is a much better, cleaner data. Then you can take this and do pivot table, or you can do any kind of analysis with this data.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yes. Clear?
Yeah.
Now this append one, the name that you see is shown here. If you want to rename it, you can come here and say combined
Combined. Yeah.
student data, or whatever name you want to give, you can give here. Not an issue. It will get renamed immediately. And then I can close and apply it. So my data will get loaded. Again, after loading, if you have any further changes to your original file, just like we were doing before, all you have to do is go and do a refresh. And your data will get automatically pulled in if it is in the same data.
Yeah.
So if I now go to my report table view, I will get to see my combined data over here. And then I can use it for any kind of analysis. Clear?
Yeah.
Okay. Now let's say I go to my original file here. I double click it. I open it in Excel.
Mm-hmm.
This is my year 11, year 12 data. Let's say I want to add someone here, and I will say David Raja is male and color is sports khaki. Year 12, Jennifer Bell, female, let's say pink. So I added 2 rows, 2 extra data here.
Okay.
I saved it. I closed it.
Yeah.
It is just like getting a fresh data next week or, after a few days. Then I come here. I right click on this and I say refresh. Okay. Now, this is one place, or here there is refresh. Okay. Or in this place, you will get a refresh. It's not there. Refresh data. You can see here. refresh data? It is by clicking on this, the combined student data here.
Okay.
Refresh data. Either this or I can do the recent sources. Any one of them. Okay. So far I have got 301 rows. So I'll come here and say refresh the data, and system will refresh the data.
We will add that to data.
See, 303 rows.
Wow, it's very helpful then.
Yes, it is.
Because अगर employee को join करे तो main
Absolutely, absolutely. And see, it is preserving all that you did.
Yeah.
You promoted the header, you did some cleaning activity, you added a column. So it did all of that for you.
Well, even you can delete, if you delete.
If you delete, it will get updated.
As well.
Yes. So you have to be a bit careful again that if you delete something and come and refresh, this will get deleted. So
yeah. So it's better to make a copy and then
exactly. Okay. So this is what we have when we talk about merging. Now, yes.
This appending.
This is appending. You're right. This is appending. Okay. So in append, what did we do? We had one set of data in one worksheet. We had another set of data in another worksheet, and we combined those two.
Yeah.
If I go back to my transform data, now if you look at my combined data, you will find the name of the course is there. But by doing the course, what is the lesson type? How many credits? What is the assessment type? Who is the teacher? This is not visible here. Means I can't get it in this table. I have to every time come here.
Okay.
Isn't it? So it is like our foreign key, primary key concept. If I want to know ME, who is the teacher of ME? So what I have to do? I have to go to the course, read, then go to courses table, look at read, and see the teacher name is Terencio. And lesson type is internship, credit is 3, project work is the assignment type. That means what? I am having to do this manually.
Yeah.
Now, if I use the merge feature, then I can merge this one and this one so that I can get the data directly.
Oh, great. Oh, got it. Means first we'll append the queries, then we'll merge them.
Exactly. This is one approach. Suppose you don't have to append, you can directly do a merge also. No issues.
Yeah.
If I just do year 11, I'm okay to do year 11. I'll get the course name. I will go to courses and do the merge.
Yeah.
Got it?
Then if there is only 2 tables, then we can only append, right?
If there are no common references, it's like VLOOKUP, right? VLOOKUP you can only do if the column that you are talking about is existing in the other table.
Okay, got it.
If it doesn't exist, you can't do it. Here, if you see, between year 11 and year 12, there is nothing common. Each of them is unique.
Yeah.
So the only thing is you can add those two, merge them.
Yeah.
One below another. In this case, now let us see how do we do the merging. I have the common codes, which I'm going to look up from here. Here I will do the merge query. So I'll say merge queries as new. It will give me the merge table, and With which table do I want to merge it? I want to merge it with courses. So which is my common column between the two tables? That I have to identify first. In this course is in this table as well as in this table. So I will click on the course and click on this.
Okay.
Now these two are my joining column. So this, see here, it says join kind. That means left outer. I will take all values from the first table. And from the second, I will take the matching ones. That means if red is matching red, I will take that value. Okay. Aquamarine is matching with aquamarine, I'll take this here. Fuchsia is merging, is here, it's here. Mauve is here, it will be here. If it doesn't exist, it will not give you. So there are different types of common joining conditions. Left outer, right outer. Right outer is all from the second one, but only matching ones from the first. Okay. Full outer. Full outer means everything from both. Okay. Everything. Inner.
So we can do everything from both, right?
Yes. No. You can do inner. Inner means only the matching rows. Whatever is here and here, only those will be picked up. If we go back to our example, see here, matching means only these four. Yes. Because these department IDs exist here. Yes. In fact, 3, because it will be unique. 100 is repeated. Only 3 values, sales, HR, MIS. So if I say left outer, that means MNOP will get included. All from the first. And matching from the second.
Matching from the second.
Yes.
Okay, got it.
Right outer means all from the second. So even purchasing and admin will get pulled in.
Okay. And matching from the first.
Correct.
Right.
Correct.
Everything means everything.
Everything. Both. You will get from both.
So that will be the most beneficial.
Beneficial, or it will fetch you all types of data. So depends on your situation actually. Sometimes getting everything may not be the best thing.
Yeah, got it.
It depends on the kind of data you have. Now I will say okay. Once I do okay, you will see all the columns are there and there is a courses column, which is, it is saying it's a table. That means it has fetched the entire table from the courses.
Okay. So that you can look into it. Okay.
Yes. Now what we will do is from here, we'll choose the columns that we need from the courses table.
Okay.
I don't need course because it is already here.
Yeah.
Maybe I just need teacher and lesson type or credit or assessment. I can take as many columns as I want.
Okay.
And I say okay here. Now see what happens? These two get joined. So it becomes like one big table now. In the same table, I have my student name. I have my gender of the student. I have the course, year, teacher, lesson type, everything. It's much easier now.
Really good. Yeah.
If you were to do this VLOOKUP in the Excel, you need to do this 4 times.
Yeah.
Once to get the teacher, once to get the lesson type, once to get the credit, once to get the assessment type. Although nowadays you can do with a range lookup also, which is called as the array lookup. In one lookup, you can fetch all 4. Okay, so that is also possible, but our traditional VLOOKUP will only, you will need to do 4 times.
Yeah.
So here I can say merge, I'll call it merge data table. Got it?
Yeah.
Simple, straightforward.
Yeah.
All you have to remember is these 2 places.
Merge queries and append queries.
Append query is adding data one below another. Merging data is getting data from 2 different sources based on a common column. That common column is very, very important.
Yeah.
If you don't have a common column, you cannot do a
merge. If you do not have common columns, then you cannot merge, right?
Exactly. You cannot merge.
And then you have to append the query.
So let me repeat the steps one more time. What did I do here? I had this common data, student data. I went and clicked on merge query. I can merge it here itself, or I can merge as new. I prefer doing it new because my old table does not get messed up. Then it tells me which is my, this is my first table, which is my second table. It can be either. I can get, it doesn't matter. Okay. Only thing is depends on what is the common column. Then the second table that I want to load is the courses table. Then I have to identify which is my common column.
Yeah.
In some cases, people may get confused also. Okay, I'll just finish this, then I will say, explain that. Then once I do this, I will say, okay, so my combined merge table comes up.
Yeah.
Then I click here. I choose the columns that I need. Maybe I need lesson type. I don't need lesson type. Maybe I need credit and assessment type. That's absolutely okay. It will fetch you only those 2 columns.
Okay.
Clear?
Yeah.
Okay. Now let me just go back to that merge as new, queries as new. There is a concept called as fuzzy logic. What fuzzy logic does is, it will say use fuzzy matching to perform the merge.
Merge. Okay.
That means system will try to identify the logic for you.
Okay.
Okay. So it will say what is similar. So something like you can see the option includes how similar 2 values need to be. That means what is the level of difference? So if you say 1, it means it has to be exact match.
Okay.
You have to tell the system maximum number of matches.
Okay.
So how many rows per each input row, how many will be, and what will be the transform table?
Okay.
So here transfer that will be used to map. So that will be used like a mapping.
Okay.
And then based on your output, it will say, usually we give a high number, and then you can try and say that what to give and what not to give. But this is actually more like, it's not always a good option, because system may not be able to give you a perfect one. It's like they are trying to get that AI thing into here. So initially I will suggest always try and do this manually because it's not too much of headache here. Just click on the column and you will be able to do it. Okay.
So, the fuzzy logic seems very confusing.
Yes.
এমন কোনো সময় আছে যখন আমাদের ফাজি লজিক ইউজ করতেই হবে?
Fuzzy,
তারা
fuzzy logic generally you can try and use it if you are not very sure which will be your best column to merge. Second, there could be multiple unique values or combination of more than one column may be used. So in that case, you leave it to the system to try and give you an expected merge based on certain values. So it depends actually, what you want to do and how you want to show it. So there is usually we on a regular basis, like when we work with the database as SQL or using SQL, we always specify the column name. Earlier, AI was not there. So obviously system didn't have so much of intelligence. We had to tell it each and every system. But now, they are trying to build this, but it's still not very accurate.
Yeah.
So that is one big problem with this. So I will always recommend initially at least go with by choosing the column to avoid any discrepancy or any confusion. Go with by it's not too much, then it will be easier for you. Okay.
Okay.
See, we expect text column with the name from. So these kind of issues you will be facing when it comes to using the fuzzy logic, trying to understand what it wants.
Yeah.
Because unless you give it in the format it wants, it will not
Yes.
return the values to you properly. Okay.
Yeah.
So in summary, today we covered two things. One is append, one is merge.
Yeah.
Append is to copy data from another two different sources and put them one inside another.
When there is nothing common.
Yes. And merging means merging data from two different sources using something which is common. Now that common column may be one or more than one. First, once you practice with one, we can see if there are more than two tables, three tables, how will you join it? Like that example we saw, employee, department, and location. We will look at that subsequently. Okay.
Okay.
Any other questions you have?
No. Yeah, I understood.
Okay. So we will stop here today. All right.
Yeah.
And we will be, I'll share with you both the recordings so that you can have a practice. and then we will
Right.
again meet in the next class.
Yeah, Tuesday. Okay.
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 Okay, thank you.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you.